Marvel Rivals. Feels like everyone's playing it these days. But is it as good as everyone says? I fired it up recently to find out for myself, and you know something?
Beyond count.
It is really good, actually. Of course, the first impressions weren't great, mostly because the first impressions were spending 15 minutes downloading the shaders and then giving control of my computer to NetEase. I'm not sure what I was expecting going into this game. Actually, no, that's a lie. I knew what I was expecting. I was expecting Overwatch with Marvel characters, and yeah, I mean, that's not a bad way to describe it. I know people are probably tired of that comparison by now, but I mean, come on, it's a colorful team-based hero shooter. There aren't a lot of other things you can compare it to, really. And that's even overlooking the fact that a lot of the Marvel heroes are similar to certain Overwatch characters. Not that that's a big strike against it. I mean, there's only so many types of abilities you can put into a game like this, and only so many ways to dress it up. And is it such a terrible thing to be compared to Overwatch? I honestly don't know how we all feel about it these days. I feel like there was a big hubbub when Overwatch 2 came out, but now I just don't hear very much. Do we love it? Do we hate it? Of course, there's no guarantee that Overwatch with Marvel heroes was bound to be a success. There's a lot of people saying that superheroes are played out right now. But you know, I feel a lot of those people are, like, you know, game producers and studio executives looking to explain why their latest turd isn't putting up the numbers they thought it would. Superhero fatigue, they say. Superheroes have been a thing since, what, like the 30s? I don't think people are ever gonna really get tired of them. I think people are tired of bad games and bad movies, and I think if you put Marvel characters into something and also make it good, then it'll sell gangbusters. And hey, would you look at that? As it turns out, that's exactly what happened here. What a shocker. And yeah, as it turns out, the heroes are the big draw here. Being able to play a game like this with your favorite heroes feels amazing. And yes, I know it's cliche to say, but yeah, Captain America feels like Captain America. You can run in and brawl, you can throw your shield, shout inspiring things. Iron Man actually makes you feel like you're playing a flying douchebag.
If you were as smart as me, you'd be arrogant too.
Spider-Man feels like Spider-Man. You can web swing through entire maps to get to the fight in the blink of an eye and then immediately get your face shot off because I don't know how to play Spider-Man yet. And there's so many to choose from. Man, they went all out on this one. They even got Punisher, who in this game is just adorable.
I'm not a hero. I'm the Punisher.
Oh, PG-13 rated Punisher is just a big old grumpy uncle. I'm surprised they even let him use real guns. Wolverine's here, clawing people up. I don't know who gave him that outfit. He kinda looks like the 22-year-old guy who still hangs out in the high school parking lot. You know, the guy who's just a little weird, but he'll buy people beer sometimes, so I guess he's cool. Also, I feel like Wolverine kinda sucks in this. He basically just runs in and gets gunned down like a rabid animal. Yeah, he's got his claws, but this is a shooter, and that's essentially like bringing knives to a gunfight. You get more obscure characters like Groot. Guy is really passionate about building walls. I have the feeling if he could talk, he'd have some really strong opinions on immigration policies. We even got Black Widow, who's technically not a superhero, but who cares? No, she's a sniper here, which honestly fits a lot better. And, on an entirely unrelated subject, can I just say, I really appreciate that this game is in a third-person perspective. It really adds to the, experience. Yeah. What was I talking about? I still have no clue what the plot is, and I'm pretty sure I never will. I got the vague sense that it was something involving Doctor Doom and multiverses probably, because isn't everything a multiverse these days? Listen, game developers, listen well. I am not digging through logs, I am not watching videos, I am not going to outside sources to find out what the plot of your game is supposed to be. If your game does not serve up a story in the regular playing of the game, then as far as I'm concerned, your game has no story. All in all, I've been having a really good time with it. And yeah, I'm genuinely surprised at that. I know it's cynical, but I honestly did not expect that I would like this game. I feel like people are just slapping characters and IPs and everything these days. I mean, Magic the Gathering is making sets for just about everything now. Fortnite is basically just a showcase for various brands at this point. I feel like there's some businessman in a room, some brand manager that just thinks that plastering my favorite characters into their new thing is enough to make me excited. Like the mere appearance of the thing I'm already familiar with should just make me excited enough to purchase their product. And I don't like that. It feels shallow and cheap, and it makes me jaded about this sort of thing. And that's a real shame, because Marvel Rivals is actually quite good, and I'm having a lot of fun, and I almost didn't play it. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe there is some hope in the world. It makes me happy. But yeah, how have you all been enjoying the game? Half my friends list is playing it at this point, and I'm sure you might well be too. What do you think about it so far? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, that's all I had to say. I'm gonna go back and play a little more, probably.
Think we ever have before, in another timeline?
Hard to know. Our kind of work doesn't get into the history books.